Alright, go ahead.
My name is Ant Cook. I always felt like I was searching for something. I always felt like I needed something. And I just want to be a better version of myself. I want to learn to love and forgive. And most importantly, I just want to find my way. Up until this point, everything has led me here.
But I'll stay patient for you. I'll stay patient for you.
Look, on my way to the bank, I'm hoping that the check don't bounce. In this game, the clock run and it ain't time out. So I got 2 arms. I gave you my last, so ain't nothing I can do for him. If I can't do nothing, told my brother I'ma root for him. Refrigerator full of baby bottles, but I don't got a newborn.
We here.
In the gym, watch me shoot.
Yeah, man. Finally.
We finally here. I'm Ant Cook. You know what I'm saying? This is episode 1 of my new show, Everything Led Me Here. And I'm here today with a brother and a friend of mine, you know what I'm saying, that I had the pleasure of meeting, man, and I'm glad I got to meet. And this is a brother with a lot of stories and a lot of game and a lot of wisdom. And I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, man.
All right, that's what's
Go
up.
ahead.
You know, this is what led us here, and this is God's land. So grateful, you know what I mean, in so many ways. And I'm Brother DX. You know, a lot of people recognize me as Derek or DX, Dr. Vegan Inc. You know what I mean? So glad to be here and just to have this moment, man. You know, we put it together, so
Yes, sir.
that's
yes,
what's
sir.
up. Thank you. Yeah.
Brother DX. Where did that come from? Where we get the DX?
Well, DX had started some years ago, and it's part of my 5% attribute, divine unknown. You know what I mean? Part of what I do is bring in divine information that's unknown to the known. So DX is divine unknown. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we do. I'm originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. I'm a Black Wall Street baby.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? North Side, Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know, I was fortunate enough to have the best both worlds with my parents. You know, my dad drove a school bus, so he made sure, like, I went to a all-white school, predominantly, like, for real, on the South Side. And he put me on the bus, and he drove the school bus. I was the last student. He made sure I got there and got home every day. You know what I'm saying?
What's up?
And I appreciate that.
So look, I was gonna ask you what makes you different as a person, but you kinda already answered that for us.
No, let me elaborate on that.
Okay, go ahead.
So you say what makes us different?
What makes you different as a person? What makes you different?
Well, it's interesting because I had this conversation recently with one of my daughters, and they, you know, what makes everybody different? You know, we like trees. So even though in the forest, all the trees may look alike or have similar characteristics, but when you get up close and you look at the details,
They're different.
the leaves, the bark, the scratches, the scrapes, whatever it's been through, you know, if it got a nest in it or whatever the case, each tree is different. There's no 2 trees that are the same, but they all connected and, you know, they communicate and they share a common energy and frequency and vibration about them, but they all different. So we just all trees, man, with leaves, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So look, man, I wanna know, and I want you to walk us through not only like how you got this energy about yourself and how you got this understanding of yourself, but like let's go back to the beginning. Like what was your childhood like, man? Like can you tell us a little bit, like far back as you can remember? Like what was your childhood like?
Well, first I remember my parents was at a concert. I was still in the womb, and they went to Earth, Wind, and Fire concert. And there was some stuff that went on at the concert that I remembered.
Well, hello, wait, elaborate on that. Like, what you mean you remember that? Like,
There's certain, I even, reminded my mom of like the baby food she fed me,
yeah,
things like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I still had like memories of what it tastes like and the reaction, like physical reaction of what I didn't want and spitting stuff out and, I still had those memories in a sense.
I got a homeboy that he say he remember like when he was like around 5 or 6, he used to have dreams of like being a runaway slave, or he felt like
I was sent back on this universe.
How long wait? You think you was sent back?
I think I was sent back.
You think you already lived once?
Yeah, for sure. I have dreams of like past life experiences.
Damn.
I have dreams since I was a kid. My grandma can tell you this, bro. Me being a toddler, about me running through the woods with hearing chain shackles in the background in dark and seeing flashlights. Like I thought I was a runaway slave when I was in elementary school.
he knew or had visions from his past life. Like, hey, I felt like I heard dogs barking and chasing me in my dreams, and you know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody after me. Like he was having those type of dreams and visions at 5 and 6 years old. I kind of feel like when we're at those early ages of our life, that's the closest that we are to our past life. And I feel like we forget it more and more as we get older. You know, being close to it at your younger years, you go through so much corruption, and then when you finally stop and be like, man, it's something like I need to go back. I need to find my true purpose and my true love and my true happiness. And you know what I'm saying? Now you got to try to undo all that trauma to get back to the childhood years, right?
And the trauma part is probably the most important. You know what I'm saying? Because as, you know, an Asiatic indigenous being on this planet, in this continent, dealing with everything that we dealt with, you know, over the years, just the psychological aspect of everything, man, from drugs, jail, gangs, police, baby mama drama, family issues. Yeah. Like, all of those things play a part in your personality.
Facts.
Okay?
Facts.
That's all of us that have that, I'm going to say black man experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you carry the weight of everything and everybody in the family.
Facts.
You see?
Facts.
When a woman divorces you, she get half of your stuff.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not vice versa.
Exactly.
You see? Even with children, like they get custody of the children, not knowing what connection you have with them the same way. Even though women have a different connection with the child because they carry it. But as a father and, you know what I'm saying, being there and, being able to participate and do all that, like that dynamic and so many social issues that we occurred, bruh.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Watching your friends get shot or murdered, going to prison, or just so much.
Yeah.
You see? And dealing with those traumas, man, what really just kind of perpetuates it is when you focus on the traumas. Like at some point, you got to let it go. At some point, you got to stop living in the past and start living in the future.
Facts.
Not what you've been through, but what you want to go through.
Facts.
If you continue like living in that present moment, then all you doing is like creating the vibe and creating the energy around you to continue perpetuating that same thing over and over. You see?
Yeah.
Get out the past. That's like hell. Hell would be considered, your past.
Yeah.
Of what's beneath you, what's beneath your feet. Not necessarily a place where people burn, but yeah, they do, because dwelling in your past and holding on to things is killing you on the inside.
Facts.
A lot of people get sick from holding on to traumas and different type of things like that. They wind up with all kind of problems physically.
Facts.
So the same way, it's like when you feel like hurt or like emotional, that emotional feeling causes something physical to happen. Just like if I say a joke, the idea of the joke will make you laugh.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Or if you feel in a certain way, that other thing can make you cry. Or you can laugh until you cry. Because some people laugh until they pee on themselves.
Yeah.
Like your emotions cause physical reactions. And controlling your emotions, meaning you can control your environment. You can control what happens to you and what you truly attract. And that's what I really try to practice more than anything is my temperament. I get tested, bro.
Speaking of getting tested, as a black man, what was it like growing up in a predominantly white school system? How did that affect you?
Actually, it was part of my growth. It was part of what made me like wake up.
In what ways?
And like I remember in elementary, I'm in like second grade, and the teacher has this map on the wall, and she's talking about Africa and this and that, and you know they kind of briefly touched about slavery and how black people came from Africa.
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus. Matter of fact, the school that I went to was Christopher Columbus Elementary. So we even sang the song in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. But, you know, of course, you hear the story about Moses
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm thinking, like, I'm looking at the map, and I'm in second grade. And I'm kind of putting two and two together a little bit, but I'm a little curious.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing the Nile River, right? And she's saying, well, okay, you know, she did say something about black people come from Africa and this and that, and you know,
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, so I raised my hand, and I asked the teacher, I said, "Is that the same Nile River in the Bible?"
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
This is school. You're supposed to be learning,
Exactly.
right? And she was like, "Yeah, it is. It's the same Nile River. There's only one Nile in the world, and da da da." And you know, and I was like, is that the same Nile that Moses was put in? Right?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I believe so. You know, if you read the Bible and stuff, that would be, you know, kind of what Moses was put in the Nile River.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I was like, okay. So that means Moses was black? Boy, you should have seen the people in that classroom turn and look, and like the teacher turn red.
How many
bruh.
other black kids was in there with you? Like, can you remember off the top of your head? Was it that little amount that you?
It was three other students in the whole school that was black.
In the whole school.
Yeah, and two of them was brother and sister. They were two twins.
So I know you was probably the only one in that classroom when
Yup.
you said that.
The only one.
So, like, what was her reaction? Did she give you an answer, or did she just try to brush it off and move on?
No, she brushed it off. She said something like, you know, you need to ask your pastor, you know, about that question. You know, that's something you need to talk to your pastor about and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
So I did. So I couldn't wait, you know. When I got around my grandma, my grandfather, he was very wise. You know what I'm saying? He listened to certain things. He paid attention. He's the one that told me a lot of stories about the Black Wall Street. We could talk about that another day. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time for that whole.
Dang, man.
that
I
whole
did
bit.
want to get into that a little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
But
That's
yeah,
a
we
whole
could
nother
definitely
show on his own, bro.
Yeah.
Like I talk about that when my granddad told me how things went down during that time.
Okay.
And so when I went to him and asked him the question about the Black Moses, right?
Yeah.
And my granddaddy, you know, he sit back, you know, he got the belly and everything. He sit back, he said, boy, you know what? You just might be on to something.
Yeah.
You know? And me and my granddad, we always was able to have those conversations. Even though he went to church, he was a deacon, sat in the front row, you know what I'm saying? Give us the peppermints and the whole nine, you know?
Yeah.
But when I got a little older, and you know, we would be able to sit down and have these really deep conversations about stuff like that. So
That's what's up. So did you play any sports coming up?
yeah, I did. I was always picked.
Yeah.
I played everything, bro. I played soccer. I played baseball. I played basketball, football.
So you was like the star of the school?
Nah, because actually, by the time the elementary school I went to, I didn't want to play up there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all my recreational activities was on the north side with the hood.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Matter of fact, I had one of the we had one of the toughest football teams in the city. We had a 12-man squad. They called us the Dirty Dozen. 7th to 8th grade middle school team, right?
So all y'all playing offense and defense.
The whole look. Not only that, bruh, we took state. We
For
took
real?
state, and we the only class in that school to ever do that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's what's up, though.
It was one. We had two Caucasians on the team. That was real cool. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else was like country fed, like
yeah. So did you continue to play up in your high school years?
Man, you asking some good questions, bro.
Well,
See, what happened was,
hey, you can tell me get the hell out of my business if I'm asking too much. But like, hey, all of this is important though. All of this is part of, you know what I'm saying, who made you into what you are
cool,
today.
bro.
We started it all started at the beginning, bro.
You doing a real interview, bro. This is a real interview, man.
Hey, taking you back.
You know what I'm
taking you
saying?
back. Hey.
Like, I don't even feel regular no more. Like, I'm just
Appreciate
a regular
it.
dude just
Look,
talking
bro,
to you,
this
give you
is
some
hey, that is a
conversation
compliment.
on
I
this
appreciate
level.
that.
Now,
I
like,
appreciate that. That's a compliment, man.
I feel like we on a real talk. This is a real talk show now. This is official. He official. He official.
Appreciate it, bro.
Man, I appreciate this. Like,
Yeah, man.
you never
for
know
sure.
like how these moments will work out. And you know,
Hey, everything
get
led me here,
information.
bro. Everything led me here. Sometimes
Alright.
it ain't about the name, bro. It's about the story, bro. Like,
Yeah.
dang.
Don't look at the glory, just know because you don't know the story.
Facts.
So,
So yeah, did you play on up until your high school years?
yes and no. I played like my family moved, right? And when I was in like 8th grade.
Okay.
And
So are you moving to a different state, a
yeah,
different side of
we
town?
moved to Atlanta.
Oh, okay. So
You know,
8th grade, you moved to
You know,
the
I'm
A.
Black Wall Street in the heart. That's
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Tulsa,
Yeah.
Oklahoma, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, moving to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? We hit that culture shock pretty much.
So what it was country to the city.
And I'll tell you a really funny situation one time. I'm sitting in class, 8th grade, and I'm in social studies or whatever. And this guy, Ben Jones, was running for senator, and then we were studying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the teacher showed a picture of him on the little screen, and I looked. And so, now mind you, I'm the new student,
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah.
But I got hood in me, but it's still that little country boy, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And so, and I'm from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But they was confusing it with Oakland. So I used to try to correct people, but it really didn't work too well sometimes.
Yeah.
So, and when I seen this picture of Ben Jones running for senator, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I raised my hand again. It's me raising my hand in class.
Yeah.
You know. And I asked the teacher, I said, is that the same Ben Jones from the Dukes of Hazzard? Right? And the teacher said, what? I said, ain't that Cooter? Like that, right? Exactly.
Wow.
The whole class just bust out laughing.
Yeah.
So it was like, Cooter, Oakland Cooter, Cooter from Oakland.
That's crazy, bro.
And she was like, wait, y'all calm down. You know what? You're right. It is the same guy on that level.
Hang
Ben
on.
Jones from Dukes of Hazzard was actually running for senator, bro.
Wow.
And I recognized this picture from watching the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
It was
That's
crazy.
crazy. That's kind of how I felt when Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor of California, but I just thought that was so crazy that when he
look,
ran.
So let me just, I'm gonna get a little esoteric with you a little bit, right?
Okay.
So with my birth chart and a lot of other situations that happened to my life, like I had those drastic like encounters that changed everything, like those instant moments of life-changing situations, like moving. But right before we moved, I had broke my ankle, right? Riding bikes. And so I'm in a cast. And my folks was like, we moving. And I'm like, wow, I'm already in the house Not really vibing with my friends and doing this and that. You know what I mean? I'm out on the porch with my crutches.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Can't do shit.
Can't ride your bike, can't go to where everybody else cutting out. All right, well, holla, Dad.
Yeah.
We bring you back a Twinkie. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so moving in that moment, and like you was talking about sports, right? So after breaking my ankle, I played a little football, like coming up here, and it was like, it just didn't feel the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't the same, you know, because the guys I played football with, like, I've been playing football with them since
And
like
it's
5th
different,
grade.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was a whole vibe. Like, we
It's
all
like
grew up
it's
together.
like going to war, bro. Once you go to war with out on
Yeah.
that football, we locked in forever, man. I don't care how many years go by, but it's different trying to go into middle school and
it's
create
crazy.
that bond with
Right.
brand new
but
people.
Look, that's what I'm saying. Like, the real truth, man. Like, a lot of my friends, you know, that I was growing up with then, man, a lot of them had resentment for us moving, even family. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was just we was all close, bro. Like,
Did you know why y'all moved?
yeah, man, my mom wanted a different environment. I was getting in trouble just, you know, randomly here and there. Most of my friends was in gangs. Like, some of my, like one of my friends' brother got murdered, like at the store type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We the little shorties in the hood. He was a little older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Royce. Like, and you know, we was all like right there, you know, just experiencing stuff, man. And then when the gangs came in, it's like you had to choose. And then you had family members that would be on one side and your best friends on another side.
Yeah.
And then it's like certain blocks you couldn't ride on. And then you had gangs within the gangs, and then they would separate. And then you had families that would run the block.
Yeah.
I had experienced all that element, and I think when it was really getting explosive, my mom kind of seen the dynamic of what was happening around us. And
I'm just shocked that Atlanta was the place to come to get away from my
yeah, because I got in more trouble here. Like,
Yeah. Okay, so you come to Atlanta, you 8th grade. What did you have a religious background, like a religious upbringing? Like,
Yeah,
were y'all real deep in the church, like every Sunday?
you know what? I actually had my epiphany around that same time. You know, after being in school around a lot of Caucasians and stuff like that, and then I had read Elvis Cleaver, Souls on Ice, right? I was in like 7th grade. And the reason why I had chose that book, I was in the library, and this guy on the cover looked just like my dad. You know, after reading like Flannery O'Connor and, you know, Shakespeare and some of the other stuff, you know what I mean? Beverly Cleary and all those authors, white ladies, and, you know, to see, like,
I never could understand why they had us reading that shit. Like,
Their
I don't want to call it. I
expectations
don't
and
want
all
to call
that.
it bullshit, because I mean, it may have had a deeper
Oliver
message.
Twist, like, you care about Pip.
But I didn't know what the word they was talking about back then when I was actually reading it. Like, I ain't have a clue what
You know, Great Gatsby. All that.
Edgar Allan Poe, that type
Yeah,
of
man.
shit. Like, why is we reading this
It was
weird
an
ass shit?
like it's part of the indoctrination, you know what I'm saying, to the making them feel superior in the sense that we had to learn about their history and their people and what they did and how they did it. And
But
who they
I don't
were
know
and
if you
all
can
that.
say that though, because you the only they seem like they teaching this to their own kids, because you in an
Exactly.
all white school, so you seeing like the type of shit they putting into their own kids' head.
You have to do it that way because you are creating a whole social structure. So every facet of the structure has to believe and know the same information in order for it to work. The reason why it's crumbling now because the information that's being assimilated is not coming from the schools no more.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
the
We getting
internet
ours
taking
from
over.
the higher power now. We getting from straight from source and other means. You know what I'm saying? We're not playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Sam, so it seemed like 8th grade was a real turning point in your life. Like, it seemed like that was, like you saying, you got hurt, you know what I'm saying? You didn't really look at sports the same. You moved, had to form a whole nother environment of friends, and
Everything.
was that rough? Did people accept you when you first got up here? Like,
I had the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Like, the apartments we moved in, wasn't very nice. I moved right over next to Red Oak in that environment, which you probably too young to know about Red Oak.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, I don't
those
really-
apartments are gone right now. It's just, it was like the equivalent to the Southside Perry Homes, or it was one way in, one way out kind of situation.
yeah.
And they had this trail that led right to our apartments, and they would come over there and hang out. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of the guys that I knew then knew the guys at Red Oak, but they was like the gang. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
In that sense, like they ran that South Side. And so, fortunate for me, like just being, I think like rapping and stuff like that. And then like I already had my introduction to the gang life. You know what I'm saying?
In Oklahoma.
Absolutely. People sleep on it, but all of the gangsters, they got kicked out of California, came to Oklahoma and Arkansas and Kansas.
I've heard that before.
You
I've
know?
heard that.
And they brought the dope and the culture with them. You know what I'm saying? And so coming here to Atlanta, it was a little different, but at the same time, it was like the same. Like environment just like exploded all over. I think the environment itself, you know, with the selling of the dope, and then you got friends that sell, then they mama smoke it, they uncle smoke it, and you know what I'm saying? You having to make decisions, and you know, it was just a part of it, man.
Do you this might be a personal question, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Do you feel like your parents did a good job at protecting you?
Oh, definitely.
So you didn't feel like you was just thrown into this new environment and said, hey, get used to it, survive, like learn how to move around and maneuver. And...
I mean, yeah, in a sense, that's what it was. But I don't think my parents did that consciously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were just really, really trying to create an environment that was better than the one we had. But it really was a little worse. In all honesty, like we went from a house to an apartment, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we had a backyard with pear trees.
Do you think they realized it? Do you think they feel like got over here and was like, this was not what we was going for, but
yeah, at
we
some
gotta
point
make it work.
At some point, yes.
Yeah.
But it was like I have to give real props to my mom. Like she was the backbone of the family, and still is.
Hey, so look, you mentioned music.
Yeah.
You know, around the teenage years, was that what you was trying to be? What was you trying to push to become around that age?
Wow. Well, on that level, man, like music has been a part of my life all the way through.
Yeah.
From day one. Like even with my dad, like he played in bands and stuff like that, and then, you know, even when he was driving school bus, we had a band. My dad had a band, you know what I'm saying? He used to rehearse in the den and do gigs and all that, bro.
Damn, that's what's
like
up.
for real. Bass player. My uncle played the bass, you know.
That's
my
what's
aunt sung, and my other uncle, he sang, and then they had dude down the street played guitar, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Jeff and a few other people, man. It was a whole vibe, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's what I grew up around.
So
like,
it's music, like it was destined, like it was just like everywhere it was music.
But you want to know something really crazy? Like, just like I tell you, how my dad, he drove a school bus, took me to school, right?
Mm-hmm.
A part of like when you go through these cycles, like they have to repeat, and I missed my cycle on that level, bro. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation like this.
What you mean you missed your cycle?
Yeah, I did, man. It was kind of crazy. You know, it was really, really bizarre, man. Like, it's one of those stories, all right? So, fast forward, like my dad, he started driving private coaches, like tour buses.
Okay.
For a lot of people, man, like rock and roll, country singers, hip hop.
Okay.
He got a whole.
Are you in Atlanta at this time?
Yeah, we in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, my dad's out doing his thing, and I'm putting together a band, you know, like a hip hop band. You know what I'm saying? With some bass player and keyboards. I'm on the drums. That's where I live. You know what I mean? So, and we had a keyboard player, all that. So we putting together the whole little structure, creating some music, you know. And next thing you know, keyboard player gets a phone call. Then my bass player gets a phone call. And the other keyboard player gets a phone call. Guitar player gets a phone call. And I look up, they all out on tour. And and my dad's the bus driver. So I'm like, what happened? How did I not get on with y'all? Like, y'all, everybody moved around me at that moment. Like, everybody moved in a direction, bruh. But me. I was sitting at home like, what? They took the whole band? Like, are y'all serious? They was out with Arrested Development and Speech and that whole crew, right?
Okay, so fill us in. Why did you get left out? Like,
Because Speech had his own drummer. It was one of his homeboys. And he wanted his homeboy to play. And then Baba and a couple others was already doing percussion, so they really didn't need a headliner and a few others.
and it went nowhere for you to fit in anywhere. Like damn, bro, all y'all got a job and y'all just go on and just like don't nobody try.
And a lot of them went on to do some really,
And
really
then your dad
big
driving the
things.
bus,
And
too.
my dad driving the bus, bro. Yeah, bro, the trauma.
So
wanna
how
talk
did
about
you
trauma?
feel it?
It was
So how
trauma.
you feeling right now? You didn't feel that way back then. Like you didn't stop and you went on the phone like, Dad, what you got to get me out there? Like,
Yeah, we went through all that, man. You know, like I don't care. I was like, man, I'll be a drum tech. I'll pack bags. I'll do whatever. I'll help with the lighting, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just I need to be there with my folks. Like, let me go, Dad. He's like, it wasn't up to him at that point. You know, it was like, you know, Speech was crabbing a little bit about the space and this and that. You know, and of course they had, you know, the dancers and different people, and there wasn't no room for DX. Yeah, damn. But that was part of my cipher, bro. Like my dad drove me to school, and this would have been like the next cipher for me, and then it never evolved, man. You know what I'm saying? It wound up being a few other things. Like I got to ride with him and hang out with some really cool people, but that one right there
was the one.
Yeah, man. It was like one of those pinnacle moments in my life that I was like, dang, you know, like wow, I can't. Really?
So did that make you go harder? Was that thing like, man, bro, this shit wasn't meant to be for me, bro?
Nah, man, we went harder, bro. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I was too hard. Like I went like real sabbatical rebel on them, and the people around me, they really wasn't prepared for that light on so many levels because I had too many talents, and you know, not really having the platform to express them all in a sense. You know what I mean? So after that, I was like, you know what? We started a small record label, you know, and that kind of went sour. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a few people in the label. We just started disagreeing, man. Like it was too much conflict and a lot of I'm just gonna call it what it is. It was jealousy, bro.
Most of the time, that's the story to
it
groups,
is what
bro.
it is, and you know, if anybody that was in the crew from then that know what was going on, like they would totally agree. They would say like, yeah, that was. There's a lot of people would say, and you know, it got to a really point where it fused. See, the industry wasn't prepared for a person such as myself. Well, they prepared themselves by not letting certain vibes in, you know. And now it's becoming pretty obvious. We in 2023.
Yeah.
And, you know, now they're saying, oh, this music was detriment to us and yada yada. But at one point, you hear it all the time, like, oh man, nobody want to hear that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody into that. You too deep. Oh man, you need to kill it, man.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
I disagree with that.
I went through all that though, bro.
Yeah.
Like that was the era we was in. You know, when you start speaking facts and on some consciousness and you know, that rebel energy, you know what I'm saying, saving the black folks,
Yeah.
nobody was like, nah, where the hoes, where the bras,
Exactly,
where,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Where the guns and the dope.
Well, I think I heard some of your music, bro. Like, and I still think that you got something special that need to be heard,
For real?
bro.
What did I say? I sent you something.
You played me some instrumental music.
Oh, right.
And that shit blew my mind. Like when he played me a regular song, and I'm listening, and it's like 5 different instruments. So I'm like, oh, that's you on the drums. He was like, yeah, that's me on the drums. I'm like, oh, okay, that's you. Who that on the piano? He was like, yeah, that's me too. I'm like, damn, who that on the other one? Like, bro, he was like, yeah, I'm playing everything. I just recorded all the way through, then I rewind it and record the next, and that is so dope, bro. Like, and I feel like, man, bro, we can bring that to life, and I still want to help you do that, bro. I think that'd be major. Like, yeah. Anyway, man. So, did you graduate from high school?
Yeah, I did.
You graduated.
Yeah.
Where did your life take you after that moment, and just walking across that stage? Like, was that a big moment for you in your life? Like, just completing high school, graduating, and because that's the first big accomplishment in life to a lot of us.
Yeah, to a lot of us. I think graduating high school really, at the end of the day, like when you in the moment, it's like, yeah. But the real lessons you don't get from school. The real lessons, they don't come from a diploma, bruh.
Facts.
You see? At the end of it all, like you spend 12, 13 years of your life just to kind of repeat it all over again with a job.
Facts.
You see?
Facts.
You still get up at 6 in the morning. You still get home
3, 4, 5 in the end.
Yeah, man. If you got children, you still doing homework.
Yeah.
You going to bed, getting up and doing it again until you retire or graduate from your job. You know? So it's like that whole system and program that they put in place from day one.
Yeah.
Even when you go to college, like you think that's a little bit of freedom, but you still got to go to class.
Yeah, it's still in that same cycle. That same cycle.
Still got to go to class. You got to make the decisions. You know, they a little bit on you now because you got to be responsible.
Yeah.
It's about responsibility. So I graduated, from Westlake, and then went to OU, University of Oklahoma.
Okay. So you went back home.
Yeah, I did.
Was that important for you? Like, you knew that's what you wanted to do? Like, as soon as you graduated, I'm going back home.
Nah, I had some other options. I could have went to like Jackson State. I could have went to FAMU at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and kind of hindsight for what I want to do and really what I was designed to do, those would have been a better choice.
That's what I thought. I thought you said it was music, but I was asking like, what was you trying to be at that time?
I don't know. Like, the reason why I went to OU, I got an engineering scholarship. Right.
Okay.
I was in band at this time. So I stopped playing football and sports and basketball, and I just played basketball, rec.
You fell in love with the music and
so I'm in band now.
Yeah.
So I'm
doing
read
music and
yeah. I'm in orchestra, all that kind of thing, and that's really one of the things that kind of saved my life too, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's another story behind that. It's real deep. So when I got the scholarship, engineering scholarship, to go to OU, it was too many people who was like, music or whatever, get a real job kind of energy.
Yeah. That's how I felt. And I always was in love with music, but I felt like, oh, you smart, so you don't need to do music. Music don't pay nothing. You ain't gonna pay the bills with music. Like, so. And
then even when we took the endeavor to, engage in that level, people really didn't want to see you in that arena, so to speak. Being a producer, a lyricist, and a DJ, and a musician.
Yeah.
Like, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And, you know, and you conscious, like you not on no rah BS,
Yeah.
like that's dangerous. You know what I mean? Because at any moment we could put that song out there that could change the world. That you know what I'm saying? Incite the next Malcolm or
Yeah.
you know the next Marcus Garvey or Mansa Musa or
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like the energy could really be powerful for the people. But enough is already kind of been said because my being, like just my existence, has already put a ripple in the universal thought process, bro. Like I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I put thoughts and energy that flowed through me 20 years ago that is just now coming like in a wave coming back. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. We was on that. Now some folks get the wave and it's a little deeper. So now I can get insight from them. Like, oh, okay, that was the surface, but you
Yeah.
caught the wave and brought it back.
Yeah.
Like full circle, just a little bit deeper. So thank you.
Yeah.
You know, and it's confirmation, man. For real, God.
So did you finish when you went to school in
Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Nah, man. Some situations happened personally in my family, so I kind of left, you know. And before I could get it, you know, in trouble or anything like that, like that school, man, they had a thing called a plantation ball, right? So
plantation ball? What the
yeah,
hell?
man. Facts. Anybody that's OU in the 90s, y'all need to if you got a chat or whatever you put platform you put this on, y'all know about the plantation ball. Y'all need to make a comment and handle that if it's still popping. I don't know.
What the hell?
But we got in trouble, you know what I'm saying? We kind of smashed a few things and a few people while this going on. Okay, let me tell you what they do. It's like, it was bad enough, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, coming from elementary and then going to all white kind of university on that level after coming from Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm going through like this self-awareness identity at this point in my life.
Yeah.
Like for real. I already got information. I'm starting to grow my locks. It's like, you know, I'm ready to look at the world for real. And I'm thinking I'm going into engineering of all things and communications. Like, and that just was not my frame of mind. Like, you know, I'm good at math, you know what I'm saying? I had a 3.8 or something, a 3.7, whatever.
Yeah.
When I graduated, you know, did real good on SATs and all that. But it wasn't, that wasn't it.
Yeah.
You see? That wasn't it. And so having that experience, watching these white folks going blackface and pulling themselves around in chains and stuff like that, they doing auction blocks, bro. Like, and then it was really sad because none of the black fraternities on that property, on that campus, had a house. None of them. Not the sororities nor the fraternities. None of them had a house, bro. Like, they used to throw their parties in the armory at the Black Student Union. You know what I mean? Like, Omegas, y'all ain't got a house. Y'all don't. Alphas, you ain't got a house. Signals ain't got a house. The AKAs ain't got a house. Nobody got a house on this. Like, what is going on?
So
but
y'all
let these
crashed that bit.
Yeah.
Y'all crashed that bit.
And so I had a few personal situations I need to take care of at home. So I left and, you know, started living my life in a different perspective. I went back to school a couple of times doing some online kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just like psychology, children's writing. You know, I got a book. My book is online. You can Google it. It's called Genesis City Park
Okay.
by Derek Dr. Vegan Bell. It's like another reflection on the Adam and Eve story in a sense.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just a different perspective and kind of gives you some principles on meditation and stuff like that, and kind of like a sci-fi fifth dimensional kind of energy when you read through it.
Okay.
It's a really quick read, like something you can read on the train and just kind of have a topic to talk about some stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out, man. So,
Man, you got some interesting questions, bro.
I want to ask you another one,
All right,
another
what's
good
up?
one. I met my wife when I was 14 years old.
That's nice.
14 years old.
Wow. Congratulations.
And we still together right
That's
now.
dope. Ooh.
Just turned 32.
32.
And I just want to ask you, man, like, do you remember your first love?
To be honest, like my first real love, like in the sense of like a female version of what love and being expressive and like relationship or intimate level, that level of love, you know what I'm saying, for me does not exist like in like a woman like kind of energy. It's encompassed, to me love is like it's encompassed with everybody and everything. You see what I mean? It's not like it's just like I just love this person in that way and only that person in that way. You see what I mean? It's like for me, love is universal. It's not a thing that is used in an intimate type of way, like you know what I'm saying? It's intimate, but
So
not the physical intimacy.
love is separate from sex. That's
Totally.
You drawing the line right there.
Yeah, totally different. You see what I mean? And I didn't find really what true love was, bro, until I lost a daughter, my 3-year-old baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know what love was. I thought I loved women or I loved this or that. You know what I mean? But there was no love ever that I ever felt about like compassion and true, genuine, unconditional. You know what I mean? And it was reciprocated. Like that same energy, like it never goes away. Like you still feel it even after a person is gone. And to have that to me was like the ultimate love. Like, and I had to learn to love again after that. You know what I'm saying? That was my lesson. Like, you have to love everybody and everything like you love your daughter.
Bro, this shit hitting so much harder than me right now because I got 3 daughters, bro. I got 3 kids and all 3 of them are daughters, bro. And me and my wife bump heads a lot because she always coming to me like, why you don't treat me like you treat them? And like she think that I love them more than her. And that's kind of going along the same lines of what you're talking about. But it's just the fact, it's love. Like it's genuine,
bro.
it's innocent.
Yes.
Like they don't hold nothing against me. I'm Superman to them.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I walk in the door, like they world light up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, my wife, she get happy when I come in too, but it's not the same, bro. Like it's not the same.
It's the way
bro.
them children light up, man.
Yes,
and run to you and hug you. And
yes.
like they really missed you.
Yes.
Just for those few hours. But just imagine that, right?
Yeah.
But you the goal is to have that for everybody, everywhere, all the time, bro. Unconditional, that same way. Like regardless of what a person does to you, regardless of how old they are, what they look like, where they from, their background, any of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that is true love. And like I say, I didn't know what that was until my daughter like let me know, like, hey, you gotta love everybody and everything like you love me, and that's true love, daddy. Like ain't nothing past that. Like that's it. That feeling, that emotion right there. You see?
Yeah.
That's it. And there's nothing else other than that. There's no such thing as like. You see? Like becomes an adjective. It's something to describe something else. It's something that you're familiar with that you associate with that. So you say, oh, I like this, but it's only because you're familiar with what you associating that like to. Like he looked like so and so, or this tastes like chicken, as opposed to just being in love. You know, just be in love with everything, and it's okay to hate.
So how long did it take you to bounce back from that?
I'm still bouncing. I'm still growing. I'm still like in the moment, so to speak, experiencing it. You know, it's ongoing, bro.
Yeah.
Like every day, every moment. You know, it's like that's something. You know, we had a very, and I need to share this while we on this topic. So one of the issues, well, it wasn't an issue. I'm sorry. Behind my daughter passing, right? She was 3. At the age of like 10 months, she just started running. She could unbuckle the belt on her stroller, all right, and jump out and take out running. By the time she was like 1, she started having premonitions, right? So we would go places and she would start prophesying to people. We got videos of her, like, I taught her Mary Had a Little Lamb on the piano. This girl,
Start playing it.
yes, picked it up. Mary Had a Little Lamb, ABC song. Then she started doing her own thing, making up her own songs, just right there on the spot. Then I got a little guitar, a little ukulele. You know what I mean? We got videos of this girl. I'm gonna take my time. 3 years old, just holding the guitar the right way, everything. The girl, you know what I'm saying? Aria was like,
Aria, that was her name?
yeah.
That's my middle child name.
Are you serious? Spell it.
Aria.
And believe it or not, Aria was my middle baby too.
That's deep.
Thank you.
Man, thank you for sharing that with us, bro.
But it get deeper though.
I know it do, because I can see it in your eyes, bro. Because
It get deeper.
You know so much more than me already, so ain't no telling what's going through your brain over there.
But before she passed, right, we had these owls around our house. Okay, we had 4 of them, 4 big, big owls. You know, they surround the house every day for like 40 days. Every day they was watching us. It'd be one on the roof. It'd be one be like on the porch, bro. Or can you imagine you coming back with the family or whatever? You pull up in the driveway.
Big ass owl just sitting up.
Yeah, in your driveway.
Yeah, that'll freak
In
me
your
out.
driveway.
That'll freak me out.
In your driveway, bro. Like they waiting for you. Wow. You pull up in your drive. It's a big ass owl in your driveway looking at you like this. And then as soon as you pull up, he don't fly away. He just scoot over to the side with the wings and just scoot to the side and wait for y'all to get out. And then fly up in the tree and watch you get out and go in the house. Then fly by the stoop on the porch where you going in and sit on the stoop and looking in through your window. And then you go in the backyard. It's another one on the back banister looking in through the window.
And what was going through your mind at this time? Like, was Aria having issues? Like,
No, she was perfectly healthy, bro.
perfectly healthy.
Up until like a day before she passed, man. It was really like sudden. Like, you know what I mean? Like out of nowhere, man. But she had went and got a checkup on Thursday because she was about to start preschool, right?
Yeah.
And this is on Thursday. On Monday, she was really sick. She got sick like Sunday night. Okay. And started vomiting. And then that Monday, vomiting kind of stopped a little bit, but I had left the house. And then my wife was there with her. I just got a phone call, so I came home. By then, it was kind of late a little bit, but, you know, I kind of checked on her, looking after her and everything. And she was a little lethargic, so I was like, okay, you know, we started making little teas for her and stuff, and, you know, just giving her a little fruit and stuff, just trying to get her system back up, a little coconut milk and some other stuff I was thinking. She drank the tea and everything. She started feeling a little bit better. And then, I tried to tuck her in the bed, and she was just like, she didn't want no more tea or nothing. She was like, Dad, I just want to get some sleep. She wasn't in no pain. She wasn't crying or nothing, bro. It was she would just chill and she was like, Dad, I just want to get some sleep. And I was like, okay. That was the last word she said to me.
Yeah.
She was like, Dad, I just want to get some sleep. I was like, all right. And she laid her head down. So I went outside after I tucked her in, and then this owl flew like about 3 feet in front of me, like about where you at, right? Wow. Flew right in front of me, flashed the wings at me. I felt the wind coming off and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, what the heck? What you want? Wow. And so the owl didn't hoot, okay? Yeah. We had some situations before with this owl, and, my daughter's very intelligent. And she was like, Daddy, the owl's hooting too loud. No. She said the owls are talking too loud. Can you tell them to be quiet? Right? So I go outside. I'm looking around, and she know what an owl sound like. Yeah. But they wasn't hooting. They was like whispering and talking, bro. Wow. Like that, right? So I was like, yo. So when this owl flew by me and went up in the tree, and I'm staring at the owl, and the owl staring at me, and the neck bobbing and moving, and then it started talking to me. I'm listening, paying attention, okay? And I go back in the house, and my ex-wife, she was just like, why are you downstairs so long? What's this and that? And blah, blah, blah. I was like, I was only down there for a few minutes. She was like, nah, you was down for like an hour or something. So we kind of got into it. So I went downstairs, went to sleep, came back, and then that next morning, Aria was gone, man. So were the owls. The owls were gone. She, had made her transition, and we hadn't seen the owl since. It gave me clarity, though, having the owls there. It helped me really to know about the power of spirit, you know what I'm saying? And how that really works. Like, they came and got her, in a sense. Her being young on this plane, they made sure that she was guided back to where she needed to go. And even for you to tell me, like, wow, you got a 6-year-old, named Aria. Like, you didn't get that name from nowhere. For you to be here at this moment, because it's not a normal name. Most time they go with an Ariana or something like that. To even be here in this moment, for me to share this story on this level, this is definitely one of those moments, man, in life. Like, it's one of those pinnacles that I was talking about. And this is definitely one of them. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah. That was powerful. That was powerful.
All right, so tune in next time for part 2 of Brother DX Gets the Interview.
We definitely got to do this again, bro.
Yeah, man.
We definitely got to do this again. I didn't even get through all my questions, you know what I'm saying? But I took this serious, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason, everything led me here.
Thank you. This is what's up.
Hey, awesome. Well, look, Brother DX, man, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You're a friend of the show. You helped us create our first episode.
Man, I'm more than a friend, bro. I'm family.
Yeah, for sure. At this point, family, man, bro. Like the way we met, like the way everything felt, like it's God, bro. Like
it's God's land.
I couldn't have planned this.
It's God's land. It's God's land. It's God's land. You ain't got no land, so don't worry about it. You're just a caveman, so go back where you came from, 'cause I'm gonna burn you with my son. Burn you.
Okay. All right, hey, I was just about to ask you, is there anything else you need to get off your chest?
Oh, that's
hey,
it.
That was
yeah, that's it right there.
Hey, well, there you got it, man. Brother DX, man. Appreciate you for sitting down with us, man. And
man,
like I said, I know you definitely, we didn't even scratch the surface because I know you had way more. I know I didn't even go close to the direction
bro,
you thought we was going.
Man,
so,
I really, like your interview skills are off the chain,
man, I appreciate it, bro.
Some of these questions what you was coming with, man, they was really powerful.
And it's like every time we came in contact, I was just, just building up. Like, yeah, this
don't
gonna
worry,
be a great
you
show.
know, your peoples will be ready. We'll get a part 2, and you know what I'm saying. We can go deep into some things, man. This is just a introduction, for what's to come. You know what I'm saying.
And I'm pretty sure the viewers definitely gonna want to know more about you too, man. But before we go, I gotta shout out my guy Stefan, man.
Yeah,
shout out Stefan. Got us right on the audio and the video, man. Hey, hop on the mic real quick. Yeah, look, there we go. Hop on the mic real quick, man. Go on and say something, man. We appreciate you for coming in here, man. Help. For sure. That's stuff fine, man. But like I said, man, hey, I'm Ant Cook, man. Everything led me here. This episode 1. Shout out, brother DX, man. Hey, with that being said, we out, man.
Peace.
Hey, man.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Wow.
That was amazing.
Bro.